Don't forget to take out your trash cans. Alexa, stop.
Okay. I'm just going to start with some introductory things. So, my name's Lily Korth. I'm a senior at Ponca High School. I was born and raised there alongside 3 brothers, a sister, and 2 dogs. I'm involved in basketball, volleyball, student council, Future Business Leaders of America, National Honor Society, and a couple other things, but it's not really necessary. I met Manoj, and I took this class last winter. This is my first time teaching ACT reading, but I've tutored for multiple families throughout the past year. My scoring wise, I got a 32 composite, 33 super score. So my highest scores in each subject were a 33 in English, 35 in math, 32 in reading, and 33 in science. So who here has all taken the ACT? Raise it high. So not many of you. So out of the people who raised their hand, what was the hardest area for you? Just do it one at a time. English?
Science.
English.
It was reading.
Reading? Did you? Math. Yeah. So let's do some class introductions. So we'll just go around, say your name, what school you go to and your grade, and what your best section was or what you think your best section will be. And then we'll do the Zoom also when they get here. Okay, you want to start us?
I'm Shaylee. I go to East High. I'm going to be a freshman, and my best section was science.
I'm Ava Stewart. I'm going to be a sophomore at Cedar Catholic in Hardington, Nebraska. And I took the pre-ACT 2 school years ago, and my lowest was math, and my highest was reading.
I'm Sophia. I'm a junior at Dakota Valley. I think I'll do best at math.
I'm Natalie. I go to Lincoln. I'll be a junior, and I think my best will be English.
Go to you.
I'm Vanessa. I'm going to be a sophomore at Southern Christian, and I think my best will either be English or math.
I'm Elaine. I'm going to be a freshman at Heelan, and my best section was reading.
I'm Lily. I go to Dakota Valley. I'm a senior in math.
I'm Ruby. I go to Heelan. I'm going to be a sophomore, and I think I'll be best at reading.
I'm Bridget. I'm going to be a junior at Heelan, and I think my best will be English.
Okay, go back to you.
I'm Avery. I'm a junior at Sergeant Bluff, and my best will be reading.
I'm Chance. I'm a senior at Dakota Valley. I think my best will be science.
I'm Shatich. I'm an 8th grader at Dakota Valley. I think I'll be best at English.
I'm Christian. I'm going to be a junior at North. And my best is math.
I'm Ben. I'll be a sophomore at Heelan. I think my best will be math.
I'm Thomas. I'm a junior at Oak Point Jefferson, and I think my best will be math.
I'm Joey. I go to North High. I'll be a junior. I think my best will probably be reading.
I'm Reed. I'm a 8th grader at Dakota Valley. I think my best will probably be reading.
I'm Yaya. I'm an 8th grader at DV, Dakota Valley, and my best will be English.
Okay, so some tips that'll help throughout this class. Write down pretty much whatever I put on the board, because if I'm writing it, it's probably important enough. If I talk too quickly, you can ask me to repeat what I said. You actually should do all of the homework, don't just say it. Last year when I went through, Manoj used to ask us and make us show that we did the homework, so you might want to do that. Do this class to learn, not just to do it, if that makes sense. Which makes it worth your time also. Come to class prepared with questions if you need help, and because that helps me know what to focus on. Asking questions in class helps you remember and makes class more interesting. If you have any homework, feel free to, if you have any questions during homework, feel free to ask them during the next class, or you can text Manoj or myself in the WhatsApp group. And I can also stay afterwards to help answer questions also. And something that is important to remember is that asking questions does not make you stupid, and I highly encourage you to ask questions. Some tips on how to do the homework. So Manoj should have given you a sheet. Does everyone have the homework sheet? So follow that. If you don't, we can get you one too. Take a lot of the practice tests. This book is really good to take practice tests out of, or the bright orange or reddish one. So that one, those are both good. Take them seriously and take them timed because it gets you used to the pressure by the time that the test comes around. And also make sure you correct your practice tests so that you obviously can know what to work on. Mark wrong answers, but not the correct answer. So you can go through the incorrect answers and try them again before you look at the right answer. After you do that, check if it's correct, and you can even read the book's explanation. So like in the back of the book, it has all of the correct answers, and it explains why that's the right answer. Some more people at. Let's look. Okay. The process of trying again instead of just looking at the right answer builds knowledge and fixes problems before they can get too out of hand or becomes a habit. Is there any questions so far on like the basic stuff?
I don't think I have a homework sheet. Can
Okay.
I get one?
Yes, we will work on that. Just remind me after class.
I printed two of us. Yeah. Are you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think I have one.
Okay, we'll get you one. Also, the bathrooms are right down here. And then also right outside this hallway, at the end of the day, we'll have you all just fold up your chairs and set them over there. If you have any other questions of where anything is, we can get you that also. Okay, so ACT reading wise. Okay, so there are 40 questions. Does anyone have an extra pencil? Okay, so there's 40 questions total on the reading portion, and you only have 35 minutes to do it, so you obviously cannot take even a minute for each question. So there's 4 different passages, and we'll talk about what's included in all of those. They divide it up into 10 questions per passage, so that's roughly 8 minutes and 45 seconds per passage. But I would do it in 8, so that you have that extra time to double check your answers and fix if you made any mistakes. you guys are writing, I'm still gonna kind of describe what I just wrote. Okay, so the 4 types of passages are prose fiction, social sciences, humanities, and natural science. And they are in the test in this order. It never changes, it'll always be like that. So to describe kind of what is included, so prose fiction is like a narration story. Social sciences is like history and social studies. Humanities is the arts. And natural science is pretty much what it sounds like, natural science.
Wait, what were the first 2?
Narration. And then history and like social studies. So one of the best tactics that, or like one of the best approaches that you can do with this is to develop a reading code, it's called. It's just memorizing which order you will take on the test day. So you're gonna wanna take the easiest first and then go easy all the way to whichever one's the hardest, do that one last. Mine is 4, 3, 1, 2. So you just memorize what order. You wanna do the most interesting one first, because it'll come easiest to you, and that'll just be, you want to get the easier answers while you have time, so that if you do run out of time, you're bubbling ones that you might not have gotten anyways. So I want everyone to kind of brainstorm what their reading code is, and then we'll talk about that at the end. I'm going to ask everyone for theirs.
What did you say 3 was?
Like the arts.
Okay.
Okay, so they stick to like 5 major different types of questions, and they'll ask about the main idea, they'll ask about specific details, vocabulary in context, inferences, and the author's method and view. And today's the only day mostly for reading where we'll actually like take notes. Otherwise it'll just be practicing and taking practice tests. So we get used to the timing and the types of questions that they'll ask. And by the end of this, you might have a whole different reading code than you would have even imagined from the first day. So that can change, and that's perfectly fine too. Any questions on any of this? Alright. So now we're going to talk about the different types of approaches and like methods that you can take. So there's 4 different types. Okay, so there is 4 different major passage methods that people take. One option is to skim the passage, so lightly read it, and that should only take you about like 3 minutes. And then read the questions, which should take you about 5. The other method is read the passage, which would take you 4 minutes. And then read the questions, which would take you 4 minutes also. I would say these 2 are your best bet. One of these, doesn't matter, it's different for everybody. But starting with the reading the questions is probably not a great idea. Does anybody know why? I would say it's because it kind of shelters your mind from looking at the other types of information. You're just set on finding the answer to this one question. So you'll lose a lot of time if you read the questions, then go read the passage, and then you're gonna have to read the questions again. So it's about time management. So I would say just specifically avoid this one, and if you can, I would use one of these before you use this one. So now we're going to go around and people are going to say which method they are hoping to use. We'll start in the back.
1.
2.
1.
2.
1. 1.
1. 2.
1. 2.
1.
Good. I would avoid reading the questions first, so that'll be good. And then this board doesn't erase very nicely. Okay. So now we're going to kind of do it in order. So before you do any of the reading, You're going to want to do the passage in order of ease, like I mentioned earlier with the reading code. And then you're going to want to take note of the passage context just to preheat your brain. And this stuff would probably be good to write down also, but it takes longer if I have to write it down. You're going to want to look at the title, citation, etc. Some passages have little pre-story things that give you background knowledge, so read that before everything. And then you're going to want to link your previous knowledge to the information that the story is about. I would say one of the best things that I got out of the class when I took it last year is they told us to force yourself to be interested, because a lot of the time the reading is the most boring test because it's just a bunch of reading, obviously. So I would force yourself to be interested, especially if it's about one of the 4 types of paragraphs that you don't necessarily like. Especially because it's only for 8 minutes. You also don't want to get distracted. So, you know, looking at the clock, and then if somebody makes a noise, you want to just stay, have all your attention on the paragraph. You're only going to be taking that test for 40 minutes. So you don't got a lot of time, 35 minutes. Okay. So while you're reading, you're going to want to take notes and underline. Index the passage. Does everyone know what index the passage is referring to? No? So that's when you kind of jot notes to yourself on the side. So like highlighting specific names, specific numbers, stuff like that will really get to your brain. And when you get to a question and you know, you're like, oh, I wrote something about that earlier, it's easier to find later. Does everybody have this book? Do you have any books? You don't have any of them? Okay. Who? You don't have one either? Okay. I will go run and grab one. I'll give somebody this one. Actually, I might as well just grab 2. Does someone have the homework paper? Okay.
I don't have a homework sheet.
You don't have a homework sheet? Okay. Of this. You don't have a homework sheet? Okay. How many don't have homework sheets? 7? Okay. I'll get those. We can get those at the end. Just remind me and we'll get everybody one of those. Okay. Flip to page 124, if you do have a book. Who all doesn't have this book? You. Are you guys in advanced? So do you have the red book? You don't have it. Okay. Get out the red one. I'll grab you a red one. Do you want to grab them for me quick? Yeah, you. How many red do we need? Oh wait, I just need a red. And then he needs a red too. So 2 reds. So the people that have this book, page 124. Does everybody on Zoom have a book? Either this 10 ACT one or the red ACT official book? Promise, they're answering me. I'm not talking to a wall. Okay, good. So we're going to do an indexing exercise where you'll read just a couple, we'll just do one of the paragraphs and we'll practice jotting down some notes. Okay. It's page 72 for whoever's in the red book. So if you have the red book, flip to page 72, and if you have the ACT or 10 ACT one, you're on page 124. So we're just going to take about, let's see, we'll do about 8 minutes, since that's how long you'd have. No, we're going to do 4 minutes, and you're just going to index this passage. So just one paragraph, the first paragraph for both tests. Yep, you can go. 1 minute left. Okay, stop. How many people got through the whole passage with all their indexing? Hey, good. That's good. If you didn't, that's all right. That's the whole point, is we're gonna get that time management down and we're gonna get even stronger. If you did get it, that's great. So we'll just keep working on that. Okay, so you might want to also write these down. I'm not gonna write them on the board. I'm just gonna say them. Okay, so after reading, you want to formulate your own answer and then look at the options that they gave you.
After reading the question?
Well, after reading the passage, but then, yeah, you want to read the question and don't look at the options they give you yet. Formulate your own from what you read. You also want to work on the process of elimination. I'm sure you hear that a lot. So eliminate the ones you know are wrong, because there's only one answer that's going to be correct. So even if it's slightly wrong, it's not even in question anymore. And you also need to make sure that you ask, or you answer what the question is asking. Sometimes they give you answer choices that are factually correct, but it does not answer the question that they're asking. And also make sure that the passage supports your answer. So don't use any prior knowledge, because the whole reading test is open book, if you think about it. They also will sometimes implement like trap answers, they call them. And there's some examples of those. Distortion, which twists details from the passage so they're no longer correct. Misused detail, which is a true statement from the passage, but it does not answer the question. If you're online, can you also make sure you're muted? Another example is out of scope, which includes information that's not included in the passage. And then there's also extreme, which is too extreme to reflect the author's purpose. It often includes words like always, never, best, worst, etc. The last one is opposite, which is contradicts the information in the passage. And that is all the notes we'll take, so you can close your notebooks if you want.
Could you repeat the second one, please?
Say that one more time.
Could you repeat the second one, please?
Yes. So the second trap answer is a misused detail, which is a true statement from the passage, but one that does not answer the question. Were there any notes that somebody didn't get if I was talking too fast or that they missed? Okay, so we're gonna move in. Oh, yep. Can you say that one more time? Maybe not. Okay, so we're gonna move on to doing a practice test, but before we do that, I want the Zoom people to introduce themselves. So if you could just, I'll just say your name and then unmute yourself, say what your name is, where you're from, and yeah, just that'll be fine. Okay, we'll start with Matthew.
My name is Matthew. I'm from Bishop Billing.
Avery Summers.
My name is Avery. I go to Jefferson High School, and I'm a senior.
Holly.
My name is Holly, and I go to Waverly.
I might butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Neha?
Yeah, it's Neha. I go to Eastview. It's in Minnesota, so you guys probably don't know what that is. And then I'm going to be a junior.
Amrutha?
My name's Amrutha. I go to Seven Hills. It's in Ohio, and I'm a freshman.
Dylan?
My name is Dylan. I go to Lincoln, and I'm a junior.
Camille?
My name's Camille, and I will be a senior at North.
Benjamin?
My name is Ben. I'm going to be a senior at Heelan.
Lydia?
Hi, I'm Lydia. I'm gonna be a senior at Lincoln High School.
Athira.
Hi, I'm Athira. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm gonna be a senior.
Aiden.
I'm Aiden. I go to Pembroke High School, and I'm gonna be a junior.
Evan.
I'm Evan. I'm gonna be a junior, and I go to O'Gorman in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Avery.
I'm Avery. I go to Healing. I'll be a junior.
Rhea.
I'm Rhea. I go to Century and I'll be a freshman. I mean a sophomore, sorry.
Roshan.
I'm Roshan. I go to Monte Vista in California, and I'm gonna be a freshman.
Kriti.
Hi, I'm Kriti. I'm a junior at Rouse High School in Texas.
Neelan.
I'm Neelan. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm gonna be a freshman.
Braxton.
I'm Braxton. I go to O'Gorman, and I'm gonna be a junior.
A couple people said their mics aren't working. If I didn't say your name, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. It won't let me see everybody. Actually, maybe I can't see it. Okay. So now that we got all those people introduced, we will move to do a practice test. We're going to stay on the test that we did the indexing for. So you already have the paragraph read. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to answer the questions. And then we will go through the answers afterwards. Okay, and go. 1 minute. Okay, time's up. We're gonna go through this book first. I'll give out the answers and then we'll switch. So again, don't mark the correct answer, just mark it if it was wrong, okay? So, goes A, H, B, J, C, F, D, G, D, J. Okay, and then for the advanced, it goes C, F, B, H, A, J, B, J, D, G. Do I need to repeat any of them? No? Okay. How many got at least one right? How many got 2? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many got all 10 right? Really good. Who all finished with some time to check their answers? Good. And if not, we can work on that also. Okay, so if you did miss one, you can go on page, if you're in the red book, it's on page 157. And whatever one you missed, there is an explanation for which one is the best answer. And if you are in the 10 ACT book, it's on page 165. Red? 157. Oh, this book is 165. The official ACT one is 157. And then the nice part about this one, if you have this one, is that it also gives you why it's not the other options. Are there any that anyone got wrong that they want explained? Good.
Number 6.
Number 6, in which book? Okay. Okay, so the right answer was F. Okay, so is it the one that starts with it can be reasonably, or am I on the wrong page?
The passage makes it clear that the sandwich club.
Okay, what page are you on?
125.
125. Okay. The passage makes it clear that the Sandwich Club blank. Okay, and what did you have?
J.
J. Okay. It says, at the end of the passage, Jake remarks that the club lasted for 2 summers, and then Max moved away. This best supports answer choice F. Although answer choice J may appear to be correct because it is implied that Max enjoyed the meetings of the Sandwich Club, the author never defines these meetings as Max's favorite part of camp. Does that make sense? So that is one of those trap answers, which is the out of scope example. So it includes information that's not included in the paragraph or in the passage. Is there anybody online that needs me to repeat any answers or has questions about ones they missed? Or in here? Anybody else? Any questions about anything we discussed today either? No? Okay.
Wait, like, is this, like, what order does the test go in? Like,
Okay, it goes English, then math, and then you get a break, and then you get reading, then science, and then if you take writing, it would be after that. So the nice part is the reading is right after the break, so you can take the break to kind of relax and then jump back in. That's a good question. Any other questions? Who all knew that the questions are based on difficulty? They're scored differently. So, I know for sure the red book, if you, let me see if it's in this book. It's not. If you're next to someone with the red book, have them flip to the page. I'm just going to pick a random paragraph if it comes up. Give me 2 seconds. Gotta find what page it has it on. I don't know where it is. If you have a red book, flip through it, and there should be a page with a bunch of lines and then letters. And if we don't find it, I can find it and we can look at it next time we have reading too. Well, we'll come back to that. How many people knew that sometimes they have tests where you can get your test back graded and with all the right answers and like what you did wrong? You did know that? So I think the test that you guys take is one of those. It's called a, what's it called? Do you know what it's called? Well, I'll think of the name. So those are really nice. They mail it to you. It takes a couple weeks to get like the packet. Your results still come at the same time. But then it comes with everything you put and why it was wrong. Yeah, so I will find that page I was looking for. I just saw it. Anyways. Otherwise, I think we can just hang out for the last couple minutes. Was anybody nervous coming here? Did you drive all the way from Lincoln? Oh my. Yeah. Yeah. Page 102 in the red one?
You were saying something about like questions are graded on difficulty.
Yes.
Is there any way like knowing which ones is rated higher, like have more point more?
No, there's not. Yes. So 7 people needed the homework sheet. Make sure you don't leave without that. Any questions from anybody online? Can I borrow someone's homework sheet? Okay, so the homework sheet should look something like this. If you're online, it was probably either emailed or mailed to you. Does everybody have this online? Okay. Thank you. Okay. It's also in the WhatsApp if you lose your copy of it. And everybody online said they have a book, correct? If you don't, type in the chat or do the thumbs down thing. So the ACT 10 book is for the regular class, and then if you're in advanced, you'll have this book. And guys, most weeks, advanced will be in that classroom, and regular will be in this classroom, so you guys will be split up. Okay, if you don't have any questions or anything for me, you guys can leave the Zoom. Bye, guys.
I have a question.
Yeah. Hey, can you guys be
Can you
quiet?
please, could you show which is the regular book for the ACT, the textbook?
For the regular class?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be this one.
Oh, so is this the same one which we had the last semester too?
Did you take it last winter?
Yeah, I took it, and the one which I have right now, I got it last time, and it says 6th edition, so it's kind of different.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The one I have right now is the Kaplan one. It's like ACT Prep 23, and it's like plus, so I think it's a bit different.
Okay. So you have the 6th edition of this book, though?
Yeah, I didn't get it this time. This is the book which I had last term too, so I just missed that.
So when you joined, did you get any new ones for this year?
Yeah, I got this, the ACT Prep Plus 2023, the Kaplan one. That was the one which I got, and like a couple of Barron's, the like ACT books. But I didn't get the one which you have.
Okay. I will talk to Manoj about getting you one of these ones, because you're in the regular class.
Okay, I could ask him too.
Okay. I can ask him right now, and then I will have him text in the WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. I'm going to end the Zoom. Does anybody else have any more questions? All right, I'm about to end it. Thanks, guys. No, Manoj is not going to come in here. Yes, if your parents aren't here, maybe wait just a couple more minutes. I'm going to end this.